Let me know when we on.
We're on.
But we got hoodies, we got bucket hats, we got coffee time. What's up, man? How y'all doing, man? I'm Sidney Castillo. Welcome back to another episode of My Cup is Full. Hey, listen, I'm so happy y'all here, man. Shout out to everybody watching the episodes, man. They're going great, man. They're doing great. And listen, I sincerely appreciate y'all, man, because last episode was sad, huh? I'm sorry. I just be here telling my truth. And when I told the episode, when I did the podcast, for me, it's me expressing myself, right? And so it's easier for me to start to express myself. I feel good. And afterwards, when I read the comments, I started getting in my feelings. I was hitting Taylor like, hey, people saying they crying in the comments. Like grown men was texting me like, hey, bro, hey, man, what are you doing? I got a family. I'm in here crying, watching your stuff. And I was like, oh, my bad, man. Like a bunch of people. So listen, I appreciate it, man. Y'all let me know that like this serves a purpose. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Atlanta, thank y'all for buying tickets, man. Y'all really buying tickets, dog. I really appreciate that. Like sincerely, August 22nd, I'm gonna say it every week till the show. August 22nd, I'm in Atlanta at the Uptown Comedy Corner. I'm bringing Brandon Lewis, I'm bringing Keisha E, I'm bringing Kamal. We're gonna have a good fucking time. Like, Taylor, I'm gonna tell him, I shoot my special September 21st in LA. I couldn't be more excited. We got the graphics going. September 21st, it's a Saturday, it'll be in LA. I will get you all the information if you're in LA and you wanna see it. Like I've been waiting to shoot a special till it felt so special to me versus just putting out like material. And I feel like this special is gonna be called My Cup is Full and it's gonna embody what this podcast is about, like everything like my journey is about. It's gonna be really good, dog. I've been cooking, so I can't wait for y'all to see it. Also, September 15th, Chicago. I'm in the building, September 15th, Chicago. People literally be hitting me, when you come to Chicago? When you come to Chicago? And I'm always like, hey, I'm coming. September 15th, I'm at Riddle's Comedy Club. It's one night, September 15th. Ticket link in the bio. It's below here. Ticket link is below. In all the comments, it's going to be pinned. Buy your ticket, Chicago. So look, we got Atlanta, August 22nd. We got Chicago, September 15th. Okay? I'm working on Virginia Beach Funny Bone. I'm just putting it out there. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get to Houston. We working on it. Okay. With that said, man, let's get to it. I was sitting here, like I always like Taylor know, I be trying to think of the episodes, but I want them to feel organic, like what's organic for me of that day. And I was watching one of my favorite artists, his name's Southside Vic, right? He's from Arlington, Texas, by the way, like DFW area. And I heard his music, and I was like, yo, bro can really rap, right? And I reached out to him in DM like, hey man, you from the area, keep doing your thing. And I seen a podcast he was doing with my boy Dante Beer. It's called Tap In Podcast, right? Check it out. He was saying his journey, and he was like, man, I've been making music for so long. I've been rapping for a long time, right? He was like, my videos go, if I got 5,000 people liking the video, but I ain't got that in streams. He's like, sometimes you feel like you rapping to a wall, like no one's listening to you. He was like, no one wants to be first in the party. No one wants to be first. Everybody wants to be outside in the parking lot, and they want to see other people go in. That's what he said.
Nobody's been listening to me.
Yeah.
Nobody. But niggas fucking with me now.
And he like started tearing up, which fucker made me tear up. I can't lie, because I felt him, right? And it's like, you could be doing your craft and journeying for so long, and you are, in your mind, you're great. You're blessed, like God gave you this talent, and you just push it, and it feel like sometimes you going like in a circle, like you at a standstill, right? And it's because he's like, it's crazy how now his stuff is starting to pop, because he did a freestyle. Check it out. It's called On the Radar by Southside Vic. Check it out. One of the best viral rap videos this whole year. So I want to talk about like the road, right? I want to talk about the road, like when I first got on the road and doing stand-up, right? And I want to just make y'all understand that when I was on the road, I was 27. I was 27, 28 when I first got on the road, right? And the road is, for those who don't know, that's performing in a city outside of Los Angeles where I live. It's traveling with a comedian who's a headliner and getting an open for him on the road, right? And I had heard about this, and I had never done it, right? And it was a comedian named Tony Rock, right? And Tony Rock, I was a fan of already. I had seen him on TV in Texas. He had done like a late night and I watched him. Oh, he's funny. I watched him on another TV show and I was like, oh man, this dude's really funny. And so he had an opener named Garrick Dixon. And Garrick, I asked him, I said, hey, you think I could ask Tony, can I open for him? He was like, yeah, I don't care. And protocol is, here's protocol. If you know somebody that works with a headliner consistently, and that's your boy, protocol would be to ask your homeboy, is it cool if I ask Buddy? Because that's his income. And so if you come, you might take away from his income. And that's just being honest. But G has always been a solid dude. He was like, yeah, man, go ahead, ask him. So I'm at the Comedy Union one time, and I'm nervous because it's Tony Rock. And I'm like, hey, man, what's up? My name's Sydney. You think I can open for you? And he goes, you got 20 minutes? I was like, yeah, I do. I bet. What's your number? Gave him my cell. He's like, I'll hit you. And that was it. And so I told Garrick, I was like, he said he would hit me. He's like, well, if he said he hit you, he'll hit you. I was like, okay, cool. And one thing about Tony, when you're on the road with Tony, before the show, he only texts you this. If you could do, he say, the city you in, the date it is, and he'll say you in or you out. That's what I liked about Tony. He's real to the point. It's kind of my personality. I said in, right? He gave me a Schaumburg, Illinois. He gave me a date. I was like, I'm in, right? Cool. Now at the time, I gotta find my way to Chicago, right? I don't have a lot of money, right? Like, okay, cool. I got a standby ticket to go to Chicago. My shows are from Thursday to Sunday. My dumb ass, live and learn. I take a standby flight Thursday morning, trying to get to Chicago, and all the flights look like they booked up. This hand to God. I get to the front to the lady. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm standby. And she said, oh, we don't have any room on this plane. You'll probably be bumped the next 2 flights. And I said, I can't do that. I'm a comedian. This is my first road gig ever. And I'm opening for Tony Rock. I have to get on that plane. Is there anything you could do? She was like, baby, I understand. She goes, but you should have flown yesterday if you had to be somewhere today and you're on standby. I said, I realize that I made a mistake. I realize that now. I've never really flown standby. Is there anything you can do to help me so I can get to my show? Black lady. Old black lady. I'd say before, I love old black women, dog. She said, baby, stand to the side. I said, yes, ma'am. I stood to the side. I'm watching people board. And she's like, stand by passenger Taylor. Stand by passenger Christine. Stand by passenger Joseph. Stand by passenger Sydney Castillo. For real? Shut up and get over here. Gives me the ticket. I'm on the plane. Boom. Now, coincidentally, this is back when Blackberries was a thing. You remember Blackberries, Taylor? So Blackberries had instant messenger, like BlackBerry Messenger, I think they call, right? And I used to have like a BlackBerry Messenger, and my homegirl Tracy, to this day, Tracy is my homegirl. This is how I met Tracy in person. Tracy did my wedding. She's the one who did my wedding, which is the episode we'll get to. Tracy did the whole wedding. She is an amazing person, but I never met her before. She was a friend of mine on the BlackBerry Messenger. So I didn't have a ride from the airport to the hotel. This is before Uber. Yeah, I'm older than y'all. So I put in BBM. I said, can anybody pick me up from the airport if you follow me and you're in Chicago? I promise you I am not crazy, right? Tracy says, I'll pick you up from the airport. I promise you I'm not crazy either. I've been following you for a while. I feel like you need an assistant. Maybe I can help be your assistant. I was like, well, we'll talk about it, right? She comes with a black girl, right? The black girl got a hoodie on, and she like not looking at me. And I know what it is, right? I'm like, okay, this is her muscle, right? Come to find out, old girl didn't have a knife on her just in case I was crazy. And I respect it. You don't know me. Turned out, took me to the hotel. Me and Tracy, cool to this day. Tracy, one of my best friends, right? She takes me to the hotel. I get there, boom. I get to the show. Schaumburg Improv holds about 500 and some people. It's huge. So it's my first road gig. I'm nervous as hell, right? And Tony's like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah. All right, have fun. I go out there and I'm doing my thing. I'm like, man. Now at maybe 14, 15 minutes, I'm like, okay. I feel like I'm running out of hot shit. Get to 20, it's cool, right? Have a great time. Have a great fucking time. And we get to do it again. The next day, it's like, oh my gosh, you get to perform 6 times. Cut 2, He takes me on the road again, keeps taking me on the road. I'm getting stronger, right? I'm getting stronger as a comedian. And I attribute that to Tony on the road, because Tony on the road will go for all the kicking it or partying. Here's one thing Tony will do. Every day we have a show on the road. If our show's at 7, from 3 to 5, I'm in this room, we writing. I created so many bits in that room, just like working. And it became like you on the road, but it was like a boot camp on the road with Tony. And I remember coming back from the road, like being on the road with him for like 3 or 4 or 5 months, and I'm getting strong as shit. Like now, like I'm in rhythm. I attribute it to what going to the gym must feel like every day, and you start seeing results. But on stage, I'm seeing results. I'm getting stronger. When I first started stand-up, I would always hold the mic stand so heavy because I would be nervous, and that was like my nervous habit, right? But talking to Tony, I learned, he was like, take your time. Don't worry about the audience. These jokes for you. You don't write the jokes for the audience. You write them for yourself. He said, sometimes when I'm talking, I'll look up and I'll talk to myself and set up my bit because I don't want to look at them and get nervous. I learned so many gems from Tony. I learned about comedy. And as it might seem like it's not rare, but it is rare for other comedians sometimes to full-heartedly root you on. Because some people, it's a jealous business. And if you do better than a comedian that's going after you, they get jealous. Now, I've been lucky. The people I've been on the road with haven't been like that. Like nobody I've been on the road has been like that. But you hear stories. If you killing before the headliner, you will be fired. You will be fired. I know so many people, so many of my boys that didn't have the same great opportunities like I had, because they would get to open for people and they would be funny, they get sent home. Hey, buddy, they'll give you a reason why it's kind of crazy, but if you are hilarious in front of some people, they send your ass home. Tony didn't do that. Marlon didn't do that. None of the people I opened for really did that. Matter of fact, I remember being in Toronto, Canada, and it was my first theater show, right? And it's packed. We in Toronto, it's packed. It's a curtain. It's one of my favorite stories about Tony, because I was having such a good time on stage and I was killing. And I heard Tony literally behind the curtain. I hear him because it's so packed, the audience can't hear him, but I can hear him. He's like, that's what I'm talking about, nigga. Go to work. Go to fucking work. And it was so like a moment of like, whew, like I'm in my bag right now, right? So I'm on the road with Tony. We having a good time. I'm learning, right? Now the road is, normally people want to go on a road with people they have a rapport with. Because when you're on a road for like 5 days, 4 or 5 days, you want to have somebody that you have a rapport with, that you cool with, that you can go hang out with, that it ain't weird, you know? So me and Tony clicked. Me and Tony kind of opposite, but we clicked, right? I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. Tony from Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn! What do you always say? Brooklyn! Tony would scream that shit. But when Tony get drunk, he gonna scream where he from, dog. It don't matter where we at. We was in Chicago one time, and he was like, Brooklyn, nigga, Brooklyn. And I was like, first of all, we're not in Brooklyn. You're drunk. I need you to calm down, right? And he's like, I'm fine. So one time we in a club, we in Houston, right? And we go to a strip club in Houston. Now it's a hood strip club. I don't even know the name of it. But the person that worked there, that was security, was just a hood nigga with a pistol. Like, Taylor, I don't know where you from in Maryland that has like a hood spot where you go and you could tell it's hood, but like maybe the food good, or like you could tell the spot is full of mischief and danger. Like your mama would definitely be like, why are you there? And you're like, the food was banging. You'll never understand. So I'm there with Tony. I'm there with my brother. I'm there with my best friend, Dee Jackson. You know it's hood spot when like the security just look like it ain't a cop. It ain't even a big dude. It's just somebody with a pistol, right? So he checking people in. We go in the club now. We in this booth, right, chilling, right? And I just started smoking weed. I hadn't really smoked weed like that for a long time. It's a funny part of the story because it really happened, dog. Dog, if y'all really knew me, like personally, like my personal friends know I'm lightweight crazy. I'm not even trying to be funny. My boy Rodney will tell you, like, I'm not off my rocker, but like, you know, I'm just built a certain type of way, right? So I'm in this Houston nightclub. We in a hood, right? And I'm in the bathroom and I want to smoke. I don't have no weed. And this dude come in the bathroom, big dude, like big hood dude. He say, "You smoke?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "What you trying to do?" I said, "How much? How much?" He said, "How many grams you want?" And at the time I was so new, grams, I didn't even understand what he fucking talking about. Like that's how you weigh weed and I didn't know. I said, "I don't want to do math. I just want to get high." So I told him. He said, "All right, I get this bag for $50. I said, "Where I'm from," I said, "I can get the bag, I can get weed for like $30. And he said, "What, nigga? I sell to everybody. I sell to all the rappers. I sell to all the celebrities. My shit fire." I said, "And I understand that, nigga." I said, "But I'm not buying no weed from you in a bathroom for $40 or $50. I said, "I'll pay $30 for it. That's the best I could do." Right? I ain't had no pistol on me or nothing. This dude, I'm just talking I'm out of pocket. I'm out of pocket. I'm not in my hometown. And I'm out of pocket. But I'm like, oh my shit, I'm standing my ground. He said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, come on, give it to me, dog. What is it? 30? Just give me 30, man. Give me 30. I gave him $30. He take weed and put it in my hand. I said, this is awful customer service. You ain't got a bag. You ain't got. He said, "Hey, man, you on my nerves, bro. You on my nerves." He said, "Where you from?" I said, "I'm from Fort Worth." He was like, "Oh, okay. All right, man. Here, dog." And he left the bathroom. So I'm in the club smoking my weed, right? And I stopped smoking because I could tell the energy in the club is like shady. Like if you ever been in a bad environment and it's like almost like Taylor, you believe in God. I want to say the Holy Spirit, but you could feel something come over you where you like, this ain't right, something bad finna happen. And you could see people in the club, their energy is like, "What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?" I tell Tony and my brother, because I peep it. I'm the person in the club, I'm going to peep it before it happened. Like you would think I've been to the military. Like my boy told me he thought I went to the military. So now my dad was, all my friends are. I was looking, I told Tony, I told my brother, "D, let's get out of here." A stranger who I didn't know, I did not know him. He said, "Don't leave yet. I'll let you know when to leave." And I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" Right? He was like, "Trust me." Like, okay, bet, right? Big dude, right? We chilling. It gets to be where everybody's rushing outside. So now you know it's a fight or some shit is going on outside. So we stay in there for like 10 minutes. Buddy over here, he looks at his phone. He says, "Now we leave." I don't know him. "Now we leave." Tony goes, "Let's go." I said, "You know him?" He's like, "Yeah." Boom. My brother, Didi, Tony, me, we leaving the club, right? When we walk outside, I have like a, what do you call it? PTSD when it comes to like going out and it be shootings at the club. Prior, I had been in so many situations as a young person going to the club, they would shoot it at the club. I'm like, damn. Then we would still go back. They would shoot at the club again. Like back home. Y'all remember Jamie's Rhythms off 360 in Adams? I used to go to Jamie's Rhythms all the time. That shit used to get shot up every damn day. We would still go back. Anyway, they shooting outside. As soon as you open the door, you hear gunshots, right? Like you hear real gunshots, right? Not that Donald Trump assassination bullshit. You hear real fucking gunshots going off, letting off like bow, bow, right? They take my brother, Tony, and D, some random niggas take them to the car like they Barack Obama. Guarding them, they got their guns, they take them to the car, right? My brother look at me, I'm like, "Go." Like just, he my big brother, but like, "Go," right? Be good, go, 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 because it's happening so fast. He's like, I said, "Go, go, 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 go," right? And D, him and Tone go. Now, I don't move yet, right? Because it's like when bullets is just like flying, you don't know where it's at, right? This random dude walked up to me. I swear to God, he was short too, dog. Not to be funny, nothing against short people, but just describing him. Short man. He said, hey, you with Tony? I ain't say nothing because I didn't know he was on. He showed me his gun. You good? I was like, yeah. Come on. They shoot in the parking lot. We get to the car. Tony drunk. Tony loves Houston, Texas. He will tell you that's his second home. He loves Houston, Texas. I've been to Houston several times. My brother we used to live in Houston. I'm from Texas, been to Houston several times. Tony drunk, and you hear gunshots going off, and Tony being like, this my city. This my motherfucking city, nigga. We gotta go. Oh, see it, chill out. My brother drunk, see it, chill out. They're shooting in the parking lot, and they telling me, dog, we go, we leave. The next day, we at the Houston Improv. Some rappers named Trader Truth and Zero are there. They're legends in Texas. They're legends, period. Zero and Trader Truth, legends, right? It's at a time where DVDs is still a thing, right? You know, so after a show, just so you know, as a comic, we make our money as the opener by selling DVDs. So whenever you go to a comedy show and you see the opener, not the headliner, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the headliner is making thousands of dollars. The opener makes $100 a show. The host makes $50 a show. So keep that in mind. Whenever you go to a comedy club and you see the headliner, he's making thousands of dollars. If you look around and it's sold out, he's making a teacher's salary on a weekend. The opener is making $100 a show. Now, I have to buy my ticket there, right? That's a round trip ticket. Now, if you're on the East Coast and I'm on the West Coast, round trip, easy $400-$500. It depends on when the headliner tell you when the show is. Let's say the show is, hey, I got a show August 13th. It's August 13th. I got a show August 26th in New York. Can you make it? You know what the answer is? No. Probably can't. You know why? That ticket round trip probably $600. Right? I'm gonna make $100 a show. But if we're doing 6 shows, that's $600. Sometimes reality is when you hungry, you'll be like, all right, bet. I'm in the hole before I get there. Right? This is so true, dog. And so many comics relate to this. In the audience, I want y'all to realize this. When y'all go to a show and y'all see the headliner and you see the opener, and the opener's selling product, he's selling hats, he's selling t-shirts, buy it, support. Here's why. I remember being in the hole in most cities because you got to pay for your flight round trip. So that could cost anywhere from $350 to $600 round trip, right? I'm doing 6 shows at $600. So let's say the ticket is $350, right? I'm positive $150. I got to eat. I got to pay hotel incidentals. When we broke, you know about all the expenses. Hotel incidentals. The headliner sometimes, they bougie as a motherfucker. They might stay in an 8-star hotel. The incidentals be like, hey, that'll be running your car for $600. No, the fuck you not. You gonna have to trust me. I ain't gonna take shit in there. Well, we can't have you stay at the hotel. Well, then I guess I'm gonna sleep outside the comedy club. I remember like, go ahead, right? I ain't have it, right? I ain't not, like, dog. So now, okay, bet. Ticket cost maybe $500. I'm gonna make $600. So that's $100. I make my money through DVD sales, right? And I'll give it to Tony, right? When I was selling DVDs, Tony used to stand outside, hold up my DVD and say, come get his DVD. How much? $20. $20 is all it is. You want to take a picture with me? Buy the DVD. And that would help me. At the Improv in Houston, Zero and Trader Truth came up to me, right? And they were like, hey, I remember Trader Truth said, how much for your DVDs? I said, $20. He said, how many you got left? I said, 14. He said, give me all of them. I said, you being for real? And I quote, you from Texas. I want to support you because you from Texas. I believe in what you're doing. Give me all of them. And you had a situation at the strip club last night and you made it safely to your cars. I want to let you know, make sure you got there safely, home safely. And I was like, man, thank you. Zero and Trey, still cool with them to this day. That's how I met both of them, right? Buying my product, right? Now, I'm on the road. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. And now it's like I'm getting my first like opportunities to really start making some noise and stand up. And Tony like supporting that the whole way through, right? So now it's to the point where like, okay, cool. I've done some stuff on TV. I've been on the road and I'm testing out the waters of going on the road by myself, right? Now, when I go on the road by myself, here's what people don't tell you. People come to see the headliner, and as the opener, you might get confused, right? Because you sell out. If I'm on the road with Tony, they sell out all the time. So now I'm trying to get on the road by myself, which is humbling because when you first up on the road by yourself, this is before social media. This is before like you could really get a following. You're just hoping people show up on the strength of what you've done, right? And it's not happening. I go to these comedy clubs by myself. It's 7, 9 people in there like, well, that's crazy. Because in your head, you're like, every time I go on the road with Tony, it's sold out. They're there to see Tony. You still building your name, right? So I had this one gig, right? This is the worst show I've ever had in my life. They fly me to Florida. I'm doing 2 one-nighters. I'm doing one night in Miami and one night at Orlando Improv. Miami's first. I get there and they have somebody pick me up from the airport in a limo. Black dude. I'm like, okay, bet. And as a comedian, what's exciting is when you get to the airport and it's somebody there with a sign saying Sydney. And you're like, yes, let me grab your bags. You're like, please grab them. Thank you, Jeffrey. So we get to the big ass limo, like, you know, black truck car in there, been him in the back. The dude driving at the time is like, he like Jamaican or something. We in Florida. He's like, I love your work, man. You're very funny. He's like, I seen your stuff on the YouTube. So he said, the YouTube, you're very funny. I said, man, I appreciate that. So we go to a show and I'm doing a show at this night and it's a nightclub where like Chris Brown is supposed to be performing that night. He's supposed to stop by the club that night and it's in Miami. I forget the name of the club. This is years and years and years and years ago. And they had a show during the day. Like, it's never good to have comedy when there's light outside, just so you know. Comedy and light don't work well together. So it's like maybe the show's, let's say the show's at 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's a nightclub, and people are there, right, for the comedy show, but no one's laughing at me, and no one's listening to me. So I'm supposed to do 30 minutes. I'm supposed to make $500 to do 30 minutes, right? At the time, I need this money for rent so bad. So as I get on stage, I'm performing, and no one's laughing at me, right? I'm performing, no one's laughing at me. Cool. As an artist, a comedian, you talk, it's like boxing. You know, you ever watch boxing and when they hitting you hard, they try to grab you and try to get your stamina back, right? In comedy, and stand-up for me, that version, if you're not doing well, maybe go to the crowd, try to pick something up, try to see if you can get some momentum off of the bit and keep going. And what I did was I'm not doing well. I'm like 7 minutes in, they're not really laughing at me. I can see people like texting and they haven't lowered the lights. So it's just it's light in the room. Like they haven't lowered the lights to separate the comic from the audience. It's all light in the room. It looked like I'm just there on my lunch break doing jokes. And at the time, what's the dude name from Pretty Ricky? You know, is that the dude that was light skinned? Look, you just said your favorite artist. I said, what's the dude? Pleasure P. What's his name? He was light skinned. He was the dude that was dancing online back in the day, like challenging Omarion to dance, like in his chair. He had like on the. He was a light-skinned dude. With the locks. He was light-skinned, short. He was like Chris Brown, whoever wanted to dance. What's his name? I forget. Now listen, he was at the show. And I said, what's up, man? He said, what's up? I said, you from that group? He said, yeah, I am. I said, you was the nigga that was challenging people on YouTube. Spectacular. That's his name. Spectacular is in the front row at the show. I kid you not. Right? And I said, hey, man, you from that group Pretty Ricky? He was like, yeah. I said, you was just online, like in your underwear, challenging other grown men to dance battles. And he started laughing. He was like, yeah. Now I started making fun of him. He was laughing. Like, this is a good time. It's just jokes, right? Somebody in the back said, quit fucking with him. And my instinct, I said, who talking to you? Motherfucker, I'm talking to you. Right? Now, and when you're a comic, you're like, all right, let me assess the situation. So I started doing jokes at him. Boom, boom. Not funny, nigga. Boo, nigga. That's what he said, right? Now in my mind, I'm like, he just tripping. I'll just keep going on with my show. So at the time, I had this big joke called Dear Heavenly Cuz. I've talked to you about it before. I started getting into it thinking that'll create the energy that I'm looking for on stage. I'm like, Dear Heavenly Cuz. Nobody laughing. He goes, take that shit back to LA, nigga. Now I'm mad. Now my personality always has been we just finna see. Right? So I was like, hey man, just so you know, fuck you, dog. Right? What, nigga? Now I'm not in my area. I'm in Miami. It's a little hood spot, right? I'm like, yeah, dog, fuck you, dog. I do my time. I did like 17 minutes. I'm contracted to do 30. I get off stage, and now I'm waiting on my money. I'm pissed. I'm like, man, I got booed. Because what happened was I'm on stage, and he goes, boo. I'm like, whatever. Then somebody else said, you heard him. Boo. And then I hear boo, like, it's like I'm getting booed, nigga. When you get booed, it's like somebody threw egg at you. Remember, like at lunch, it was a food fight, and you look at your shirt like, did they just fucking throw shit on my shirt? That's how booing feel. Only time I've ever been booed in my life. Boo, boo, boo. I'm like, I get off stage. Now at the time, the limo driver, who I said was so happy to pick me up, he was at the show. He saw this awful performance. Hand to God. He comes up to me and goes, hey man, I'm supposed to take you home, but the hotel is literally like maybe 8-9 blocks. You can walk to it. You just want me to wait on you, or could you just kind of like head down there yourself? I said, you don't even want to take me home? He's like, man, I just, if you want me to, I will. I was like, you could go, because I had to wait on my money. Guess what they didn't want to do? Pay me my money. The security comes up to me, and the security's like ex-NFL Miami Dolphin. He's like 6'12", 400 pounds. He's like, I need you to leave the club. I said, oh, no, they haven't paid me. He goes, I understand that, but my job is to make sure you leave the club. They told me you need to leave the club. Now, look, y'all have heard my stories about my cousin stealing from me and feeling my hands tied behind my back, right? Like, I got to take care of my mama. At this point in my career, I had a live brother, right, and a live daddy. So something happened to me, I'm going to be good. I got family. Even if I go sit down for a second, somebody can watch my mom. My brother's alive, right? This big-ass dog told me, he said, you need to leave the club. I said, I'm not going nowhere, dog. He said, my job is to move you. I said, dog, I totally understand, and you probably going to win this fight. But I need this $500 to pay my rent. So I'm not leaving until somebody pay me my money. He said, you ever know you could kill a nigga and you don't want to? He didn't want to kill me, but he was like, my job is to, he said, sir, my job is to knock you out. That's the job. You seem like a good dude. I don't want to knock you out. So I'm going to give you like 20 minutes. And I was like, you can give me 25. I'm not leaving till I get my money, nigga. He leaves. I thank God, like, Jesus, what are we doing? Like, he is like Samoan almost. Like, he looks Samoan. And Samoans don't lose. They undefeated, right? I can't even look Taylor in the eye. Because I said Samoan. She was like, ooh. Like, they undefeated. That's what I'm leaving out in the story. He's Samoan. So he's like asking me, like, I don't want to kill you, right? He comes back. He's like, were you able to get your money? I said, no, dog. They fucking with me. And he was like, I understand. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I said, bruh, I already told you. You're going to have to get your money's worth. He said, he started doing, you know how women, when they finna like get sexy or get freaky with you, they may put their hair up in a bun. This nigga with Samoan had the wavy hair. He was like, he started putting his hair in the bun. Like when women, like before they go down on you, what they do, he started doing this shit. I was like, hey, bro, first of all, what the fuck is you putting your hair up for? Right? This ain't that type of party. He's like, I told you, dog. I was like, well, I'm gonna tell you. Luckily, by the grace of God, a lady named Ingrid shows up. Sydney. I had called Tony and told him they want to pay me. He called some lady named Ingrid. She made sure I got my money. Like she came with a check in her hand. I got it from the owner. Like, let's go. I don't know how she got my money. She literally had my check. I was like, let's go. Like, I survived. I hit Tony. It was telling him, like, man, I just bombed. He laughed and put on Twitter, Sydney just bombed in Florida. Right? Twitter was brand new. all these people laughing at me online, right? Because they think it's funny. As an older comic, you think it's funny. He's like, I know he gonna be okay from this. But I was feeling so bad. I'll tell you what, Joey Wells hit me. I remember D. Ray Davis hit me. And D. Ray was like, keep your head up. We all go through these shows. Don't worry about it. Keep your head up. You're very funny. It's just a show you have tomorrow. Keep your head up. Ali called me pissed. Ali was like, I heard you fucking got off stage. I said, they were booing me. I don't give a fuck. You contracted to do 30 minutes, you do 30 fucking minutes. If you get booed for 30 minutes, you did your time. Don't you ever get off stage early again. Do you hear me? You my little bro. I got people calling me like, this your bro? He got off stage early. I don't care if you did bad. I don't give a fuck if you did bad. Don't you ever get off stage early when they paying you. They shouldn't have paid you the $500 because you didn't do what you're supposed to do, right? All these people texting me. The next day I had a show in Orlando, killed that show. But the worst show I ever had, fucking Miami, dog. I haven't performed in Miami since, to this day. To this day, when people be like, when you come to Miami, I like, oh, Jesus, probably never. Tough love, but like, bet. Put that bitch in my head, like that memory of what happened, and I use that shit to like fuel me like I had a bad show. I ain't never been booed again, nigga, ever. I take stand-up so seriously. I ain't never been booed, dog, since that moment. Because I worked so hard, this shit, like, finesse and trying to just understand that shit, like, but that helped me learn, like, all right, okay, bet. Worst show I ever had, right? Now, I say all that to say this. It's cool because at the time, I felt like, damn, I can't get a victory. Right? I can't win for losing, dog. I'm finally starting to headline myself and I'm fucking getting booed. Ain't nobody fucking showing up to the club. I'm getting pissed. But I say that to say the only thing you could do is the work. I just kept my head down and kept doing stand-up. Like, I look at it now like, yeah, I got booed. Yeah, I didn't do well. But if you ask me about my career, I've done 1,000 great shows. I got booed one time, right? So I think it's in the work. Like, focus on the work, dog. If you're a young comic and you like think I'm funny, look up to me, or like the way I think and the way like I write a lot, like I really be focused on the work and not like anything else. You have a bad show, so the fuck what? Steph Curry, I look at it like this. Steph Curry is one of the best shooters is the best shooter to ever live, right? When he misses, he don't care because he's like, I'm gonna keep shooting. He might have a bad stretch of 4 or 5 games. He's still the best shooter to ever live. So when you perform, and I believe I'm very funny. I believe in myself, dog. I'm very confident in myself. I don't worry about the sets where they didn't like extremely kill. Because you know why? That's who I am. I'm going to kill. So if I have sets where I don't do so well, I just look at it, all right, cool, and then go back out there and kill the next time. But as a young comic, I used to look at those and put so much weight on them, right? And I would be like, damn, that's why I felt Southside Vic. I feel like I'm so funny and no one listening to me. I feel like I'm so fucking funny and nobody listening to me. But I realize that's a form of control because if I keep doing the work, God will open the doors. I ain't gonna open it. Like, I just gotta do the work, right? So I say all that to say, man, if you are doubting yourself, like, don't doubt, dog. Focus on the work. If you worried about like, why this ain't happened for me yet, just focus on doing the work because you can't control that other shit. You literally can't. All you can control is the work you do and what you take in your head. So your circle important. If you got negative people in your circle, get rid of them. If people are always comparing themselves to other people in your circle, get rid of them. That's contagious. It's like a disease. It's comedians, it's people that sometimes all they do is get in forums to talk about other comedians and why they better than them. It's certain comedians and certain people that will always gossip. Ali Sadiq is one of the best comedians in the world. The world. He dropped his specials on YouTube, 25 million views. He's one of the best comedians in the world. Sometimes I hear people talking, well, Ali, all he does is tell stories. So it's like this chatter of just ignorance, but that breeds in competitiveness. So what I say is focus on the work, ignore everyone else because it's just like, it's noise. Focus on the work, and you'll look back and you'll see you'll have a long career that you built brick by brick. And the experiences that you have are going to be good. And here's what the people don't talk about. You're going to have some bad experiences, but that come with the journey. It come with it, and it make you appreciate every brick you lay. Because every brick you lay is positive, you might have 10 bad stories, and then a good one where you lay a brick. So the Southside Vic and everybody watching, Sometimes this shit do get difficult. Your journey do get difficult, dog, but push through. Just do the work. God gonna honor the work. August 22nd, I'm in Atlanta. Buy your tickets. August 22nd, I'm in Atlanta. I can't control if y'all sell out. I want to. Link is in the bio. This is like a transition to that. Absolutely. Buy the tickets. We are probably, I say, 100 tickets away from selling out. We at over 100,000 people that watched our clips. I need 250 people to buy tickets. That's all I need. I think we 100 people away from the sellout. Can y'all do that for me? It would mean the world. August 22nd, I'm in Atlanta. The link is in the bio. Buy the tickets. September 15th, I'm in Chicago. Link is down there. Buy the tickets. If you a dreamer, fucking keep dreaming, dog. That's the message. If you're a dreamer, keep dreaming. Brick by brick, dog. I'm still dreaming. A lot of people look at me like I'm a success story. That's what's up. I appreciate you. I'm still dreaming, dog. A month ago, I had 0 followers. I got 8,000 subscribers. A month ago, I had 0. My goal by the end of the year is get 50,000 subs. That's a lofty goal. Even she just popped her head up like 50,000. How I'm going to do it? That's on God. I'm going to just put it out there and do the work. I want 50,000 subs. God going to make that happen. I already feel that in my faith. I really believe you got faith and you got to put the work with your faith. You can't just have faith and do no work. So that's my goal, 50,000 people by the end of the year. I love y'all. Buy your tickets August 22nd. I shoot my special September 21st. God is good. God is good. And I love y'all. Good night.
Since I found out the hard way, started a podcast, cause I got a whole lot to say. Dealing with this anxiety got me moving different. Whole life I knew something was off. I knew I wasn't tripping. My pop's gone. Every day I swear I miss him. My brother gone too, and every day I miss him. Nowadays I got more questions than answers. My mom, my hero, I just watched her beat cancer, and family matters, that's a real